Hi Camden here. Hope you're all well. Today we're going to look at one more formation. I mentioned it briefly in passing last week. That's the I formation. Great fun, but your knees might not always think so. If like me you've had an operation or two on your knees, it's something that I wouldn't want to be doing too much of now. If your knees are fine, this is great. It takes great communication with you and your partner. And I think the big thing is, even if you're a player like me who probably wouldn't do this now, it's good to understand it. So when you see the professionals doing it on the television, or you see some of the great players at Camden Hill doing this, you can understand why. So we've got our normal setup, colourful team of the servers. Again, why would we do this? To throw the opponents, to keep them guessing. If we got a really good volleyer, the yellow player, the sooner we get that person into the game, into the point, the better. So the I formation, you tend to have both players very central. Of course, the server still has to stay slightly in the side they're serving from. And what happens most of the time is that the net player is very slightly in the half of where the server's serving to. But this player is ducking down. They're right down low, so the serve can go over their head. What's happened prior to this server serving? They've communicated. They've had a chat in the middle. When you see them going up to Joe and whispering, this is what they're talking about. They're talking about sometimes where to hit the serve, but the most important thing in the I formation is to know which way this player is going. So very simply, if we've communicated that the yellow player, once the ball whizzes over her head, is going to spring up to the right, then the net player, the baseline of the server, knows to go to the left. So if the return doesn't come this way, if it does go back here, which is good for the returning team, we're still in the point. The point's even, if you like. Of course, if the ball goes the way that the yellow player has moved, unless it's a fantastic return, I think we're in business here. We've got them going. So the whole idea at the start of this is we want this player confused. We don't know where it's going. What's going on here? We want them worrying. We want them almost trying to figure out where you're going, because it throws them. What you've also got to take into account here is, if this team are doing it very well, if we look at it from the returner's perspective, you know, if this yellow player keeps getting the ball, this player is very vulnerable. It's no fun having someone standing in front of you smashing volleys at you all the time. So again, you often find, if the serving team are getting the upper hand, that the returning team adopt a both back mentality. They both take the baseline role. It's a very good tactic. I think a lot of players think that you have to be at the net. I think there's a lot of players, we all learn it. I teach it in my clinics a lot. I try and really drill the players on how to move at the net with all these different formations. But one of the reasons we do so much of that is because a lot of players are more comfortable at the baseline. We're just trying to get you a bit more comfortable at the net and get more familiar with it. So I do think generally, once you get your volley game up to a par with your baseline game, it is very advantageous to volley at doubles. But don't think you can't play and win from the baseline. It's been done many a time, especially at a high level. So if you're a great baseliner, there's nothing wrong with this. What you tend to see is, if the first serve's going in well, it's going in strong, and the returning team are finding it hard to keep it away from the yellow player, you tend to see this is why we've taken a defensive formation. But the returners love it when the server misses the first serve. And then you often see this player jog up, because they know the second serve's going to be a bit more gentle, a bit easier to attack, and they're running up as if to say, it's our turn now. You know, we're going to attack. So that in turn can maybe make this player a little bit more wary of what could go on. So I formation, why is it called that? They're behind each other. It's just like the letter I. Okay, if you think of it that way. What has happened? They've communicated. They know who's going to the right, who's going to the left. And invariably, again, what you tend to see at the highest level is I use this player moving across. But another great option is, if the pink player is going to move to the left and the yellow player is moving to the right, as this player moves here, this player can serve volley and move in. Yeah, so you end up with both at the net. So there's no reason, as long as they come over to this side, we've got it. We can also do double bluffs. You know, you can go the other way. Boom, boom. That's the whole idea, to keep these people on guard, not knowing what's going on. Okay, so hopefully that's giving you a bit more of an insight into the eye formation. Again, have a little think about it. If your knees are great, this is something you should definitely have a bit of fun doing. It's a great blast. When you get the ball coming in the right direction and you're the volleyer, very exciting. Okay, it makes you feel great when it comes off. Hope it works for you. Hope everyone's staying safe, and see you soon.